Well, hello everybody. It's been a long time since I made a video for this channel, and it's been a long time I've made a project video. Since the last one, I have moved from Morocco to Wisconsin to California, to Israel to Turkey, and now this is being filmed in downtown Watermaboa in Belgium, and I'm in my shop. And I'm not going to do a shop tour at the moment because it's really quite trashed at the moment because I've been doing an awful lot of work. But over behind me is all of my projects that I've been doing on reclaimed lumber since I've been here. So I've built many projects, which I'll do a shop tour and I'll talk about it. But today's project is quite an interesting one, and it's my first reclamation project. And it is a project of a over 100-year-old old school desk, which I will show you now. So here is the desk. It's in terrible, terrible shape. You can see we got a crack here in the desk. These old legs, which are made out of pine, are broken and rotted. Here's one that I'm going to be using as a place to come together. Here's the legs, which is made out of a hardwood. It appears to be a good solid oak. So the legs are made out of oak. These side pieces are made out of pine. I'm going to have to put a butterfly in here to kind of keep it from cracking. Haven't decided yet. I'd originally bought, for the first time I bought a piece of wood, I thought I was going to get another piece of pine that I would use for the seat, and I'd use it. And this is the pine that I bought, but you notice I looked at this piece of wood and it was really expensive, and it started cracking already, so I wasn't happy with that. So made a decision that I'm going to use reclaimed 2x4s, cut down to size to work as my replacement. And I'm going to try to use those. And I have several of them. Here's some old 2x4s that I reclaimed from a project site that nobody was going to use. So I'll use some of those, which of course I'm working on a workbench here that's from a piece of reclaim. So I'm going to try to use these to replace these, which are both bad. I have to make two of those. Here I thought about this. I don't know if I'm going to be right or wrong or indifferent, but I thought what I'd do is I'd take my router and I would route this down and replace this, which I've cut. And then I'll just scab it on the side here and cut it and use a replacement down, like halfway down here to cut it. That's the plan anyways. So we'll see how we're doing. I'll use my trim router, and it's my first attempt. Let's see how it goes. Okay, want to give you a little update here on this edge. So I took the saw and I cut a ridge, and then I cut down in the edge. And so what you see here is I did this with hand tools. So it looks a little bit of the same. Now, what I've got here is, because anytime you do hand tools, it's not going to be well at all. And I need to bring a little bit of sub. So what I've got is a piece of harder board here. And I took an old blade, or an old belt sanding blade, and I glued it to a piece of old scrap piece of plywood. And so now what I'm going to do, using this here piece here as my guide, I'm going to sand this flat. And then start setting it up to see what we're going to do next. Keep you posted. So I did a little bit of cleaning up here. So I took the piece, did a quick dry fit, taking a chisel here, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean up these edges a little bit. It's close fit, but the thing is that one of the reasons why I didn't use any power tools here was that here's the piece that it's going to go into, and this was hand cut itself back over 100 years ago, and there were only fasteners that they had in it with these dowel rods. So this is not exactly straight and perfect, so that's going to require me to do a lot of hand tooling and work myself. So I'm using the chisel and doing a little bit of cleanup work. Okay, well, I'm in the shop, and so there's not a ton of great audio here, but let me tell you what I've done. So I've taken my trim router, which is over there, and along with my jig that I have made, which is mildly successful, I hogged out a whole bunch of the old wood that was there. differing degrees of success. And now I have this piece, which if it fits in, because I got to go ahead and take the chisel and chisel along the edge, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this flat across so it's even. If everything goes well, I should slide this in here and glue it, and we should have a replacement piece. I built this here to be level to help me be able to when I brought my router, I could run my router across a surface that was level. We'll see how it goes. Keep you posted. All right, so some work with the chisel. It's pretty brittle, so this broke, but this is okay. And one small measuring error, which is part of what you do in your hack, is I measured that piece in here, as you can see, but I cut out the wrong, didn't do my math well. That's all right. So we look like we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna glue that on there, clamp it, and see what we do for the rest. But that should be a pretty good fit. I've already test fit it, and see how that goes. I'll patch that later. See where it goes. So that, my friend, and friends that are watching, is the glue up. Not too bad. It was a big move, but we'll see how well she holds up together. This is let that dry for the next 24 hours and see where it takes us tomorrow.